Here's an entertaining one about a husband who's putting his wife through some serious mental gymnastics after he had found out that she had cheated on him a little while back. Now, obviously, he should have ended the marriage with her then and there and parted ways, but he stayed with her for his own reasons, and now he's moving on with his life, and really, you're going to see in the story, and she's going nuts because she's now convinced that he's cheating on her. Essentially, she's going through the same thing that she put him through, which I think is pretty amusing here. Titled, My husband of 3 years found me cheating a year ago, and I think he's cheating on me now. Right there in the title. Married 3 years, and she was cheating on him just a couple years into the marriage. I mean, why'd you even bother getting married, lady? She says, before I begin anything, I want to say that my husband has treated me fine after he found out that I cheated on him. I know what I did was wrong, and he could have left me, but he decided to work it through. I cheated on my husband when I went to a bachelorette party in Miami. I had a few too many drinks, lost track of my girlfriends, and ended up sleeping with someone who looked really similar to my husband. Okay, right then and there. Blame it on the drinking. Blame it on the fact that she was so drunk that she thought the guy was her husband. What a load of crap. You gotta be kidding me. The only thing in here that I believe is that this happened in Miami, because Miami is like the cheating capital of fucking America. When I woke up the next day, I was devastated. The man I slept with was not actually my husband. No shit, honey. But some stranger that had a striking resemblance. I left, returned to the hotel our group was staying at, and didn't tell anyone except for one of my friends. Or so I thought. When I got back home, I smiled and tried to push what happened out of my mind. A few weeks later, my husband called me at work and asked to see me at lunch. So she didn't have the decency to go tell her husband what she did, to own up to it. And again, bachelorette party, drinking, Miami. Oh, I thought it was my husband. He was angry. I could tell, because his face was calm, but he had a red color to his ears and his jaw was clenched. He revealed that he had come out to find out that I had cheated on him during the party and to explain myself. Sounds like her friend ratted her out. I broke down in tears. Hobag Handbook Chapter 2. And told him that I told him about having too many drinks, thinking the man I was dancing with and slept with was him, and how it was all my fault. It was a mistake. Do you think he really believed that crap? That she thought it was him? My husband left and didn't come home for a week. I was mortified. I thought he had left, or worse, gone to find the man that I slept with. I like that. He just took off. Left a whole week. She's there, doesn't know where he is. Probably freaking the hell out. So he came back to the house and explained to me that there would be no more slip-ups and that I should probably stop drinking if I didn't know how to control myself. From that day, I haven't touched a drop of alcohol and have been sober for almost 2 years. 2 years. Oh, so this happened in the first year. Okay, they've married 3 years, and then this happened in the first year they got married. What does that say? There is no way that she hasn't done this before. No freaking way. Now, he's an idiot for taking her back. Probably if it was in the first year, he could have gotten an annulment. But watch how he handles this whole thing here. But something has changed in my husband. He was already extremely attractive to me, even though he was nearing 40 and had a high stress job. He looked like he was in his mid-20s. I think he must have thought I cheated on him because I thought he wasn't fit. I think he must have thought I cheated on him because I thought he wasn't fit or attractive. And he started going to the gym twice as much as he regularly did. He cleaned up his diet, started doing medication, and it was really enticing. On top of that, however, his previous interest in me began to dwindle. He started focusing more on his work. You can't blame the guy that after you cheat on him, he's less interested in you. Maybe less affectionate because he's imagining you with some other guy. You should be beyond grateful that he didn't divorce you, which he should have. Goodness sake. And yeah, he's clearly, I think what's going on here is he's, getting himself in good shape, getting a good place to be, and she's probably toast soon. He wanted to make partner in his law firm, and that's what he told me. In order to do that, he had to do a lot more social meetings as well. It's who you know, darling, he would say to me. Besides these, he started going out more with friends as well. And some of these were women. I met some of them at a party one time, and a lot of the women were as attractive as I think I am. It turns out a lot of them are models, and his firm represented some of them for larger corporate deals or something along those lines. Oh, so her husband's now hitting the gym. He's in better shape. He's taking care of himself, eating better, so he's more physically attractive. He's focusing on work, his grind, his purpose, making partner at a law firm. And there's a lot of pretty young gals for the companies they represent that he's seeing and all, and it's driving her crazy. And these gals in a heartbeat would be happy with a guy like that. I didn't think much of it, but I took notice of my husband during the party. I noticed that all the women there loved talking to him, and they would shamelessly flirt with him in front of me. He wasn't really reciprocating much, but I noticed a few winks and smiles. He was clearly enjoying himself. So right there she said he's not like he's flirting back, but clearly he's enjoying the attention from the good-looking women, and they're shamelessly after him. Of course they are. He is a guy, obviously takes care of himself, looks good, he's a lawyer. Obviously the perception is he makes a lot of money. I'm sure he does well. And they're behaving, well, the way they do with a high-demand guy. That was my wake-up call. I started thinking about our relationship, what I was doing wrong. What you were doing wrong was that after a year of marriage, you were cheating on him and bullshitting him. If I was so bold to flirt like that in front of me, if he was so bold to flirt like that in front of me, then God knows what's happening behind closed doors. In the previous paragraph, he said he wasn't doing that. He was just, smiling and nodding back. I started to have sex with him more often, to bring him lunch as a surprise at work, and he started to take more note of me. He used to take me on dates all the time before I cheat on him, but once I put in much more effort after the party, he took me on many more surprise dates. So notice, guys, when she starts to realize she potentially has some serious competition, that he can replace her in a heartbeat, all these pretty young gals are after him, all of a sudden she's now working harder to get him in the sack more often, bringing him surprises like surprise lunches at work, taking him on more dates, all these types of all the special treatment. This is what they do when they realize you're a catch and you can easily replace them. It's always a good place to be, that your girl, guys, knows that you have options, that she doesn't take care of you, she isn't good and loyal like you're being to her. You can replace her like that. Do you think women and wives do this to guys they think have no chance of replacing them? Never. However, I'm still concerned. He's still going to these social gatherings, still talking with all these pretty women, and still trying to make himself more attractive. He even hired a former bodybuilder to help keep his physique in top shape. I told him I'm happy with how he looks and haven't thought he looked any sexier, and he said, "Thanks, babe, but I got to keep looking good to keep the charm." The charm, I think my husband is cheating on me. This is probably where all those social calls are for. This is why he feels the need to look more sexy and more fit. I tried bringing up why he had to see all his women on a regular basis and keep a close friendship with them. And he told me not to worry, it's not a bachelorette party. Ho ho! Ooh, ouch, referring to when she cheated on him. I'm not sure what to do. I don't know if he's cheating on me or how to get him more interested in me. I feel like I played all my cards at the table and he still has a whole hand hidden up his sleeve. Well, there you go. Guess what? Women have the keys to the bedroom, men have the keys to the relationship. She's starting to realize that, yeah, he's got many more aces in his sleeves than I do, because guess what? At the end of the day, all these pretty young gals, younger and prettier than her, are after him. He looks really good, takes care of himself. He's a high-demand guy. They obviously like him. And she's trying all these things, but still, she's going crazy because in her mind, well, if the girls are flirting with him and they're smiling at him and all that, and if he's working out at the gym, he must be cheating. God forbid he be doing that for himself, because guess what? A lot of guys exercise and take care of themselves for themselves. But whether he's doing this on purpose, whether he's cheating, whether he's just putting her through the mental gymnastics as some payback, who knows what's going on here, because we don't. But regardless, this is what happens, guys, when cheaters, they start thinking everybody should cheat her. And I think it's hilarious that she's going through this mental anguish here. Now, he should have ended it with her a long time ago. But regardless, this is pretty amusing. So there you go. I think this is karma. She's getting what she deserves. Whether it's cheating or not, flip a coin. He could be, and that can make him just as bad. But if not, and he's just doing well for himself, taking care of himself, this is actually pretty darn amusing. So I'll keep an eye on this to see where this goes. But I'm going to read a few comments here because nobody's sympathetic to her. One guy says, I feel like you're really trying to sell the cheat on accident narrative. You should know it's bullshit. I don't believe it for a second, and I doubt your husband does either. Yeah, the whole, what she said earlier. Even if 100% generally true, it's an excuse that in no way validates your behavior. It just makes you look worse. Therapy or divorce, good luck. Another one says, is it possible that he slept with one of those girls but mistakenly thought it was you? You know, because of similar looks. That would actually be pretty funny if he said that. And one more. So basically, you now understand what your husband felt like after you cheat on him. But he hasn't cheated, and probably all in all in your head. Seems like karma is doing a thing. Deal with it. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm willing to bet you he probably isn't cheating on her. But, you know, having fun, living his life, doing well for himself, taking care of himself, and it's making her crazy. But look what he's doing. Look how she's treating him now, right? Extra special, extra time in the bedroom, probably definitely more benefits in the bedroom, bringing him lunch to work, and she's probably doing that to keep an eye on what he's doing at work. Going out with him more, I guarantee he's getting the royalty treatment. This is what happens when women know that guys have options, and they're fearful he's going to leave. When you give women uncertainty, this is what you get. When women have certainty and think that you're never going anywhere and you can't replace them, typically the guy is treated worse and worse and worse if, in her perspective, she sees the guy's weak or has no respect for him. So we'll see how this goes, but nevertheless, she's going to the mental gymnastics, and quite frankly, I think she deserves it after what she did. That's just me.